Another thing that's critical about leadership is faithfulness. It's something that you have to have as a leader, and you have to kind of instill into those that are following you. To be a leader, if you don't have that element, it's really a matter of credibility. Like if somebody wants to be used of God, maybe you have a young person or an aspiring young minister, and they really want to preach, but they don't show up half the time to church. If there's not a faithfulness there, that's not something that you're going to want to promote. In fact, the Bible talks about this. It talks about faithfulness. In Proverbs, Solomon talked about most men will proclaim every man their own goodness, but a faithful man who can find? So even back then, faithfulness was pretty fleeting. And I guess by human nature, we're not really faithful to something. And this is evidence in like divorce rates and employee turnover rates and a lot of things. People that'll move every few months when they don't necessarily have to. So faithfulness and stability is something that you kind of got to work to achieve. And so as leaders, we want to model this faithfulness, and so that other people will be able to emulate that and say, you know, this is what I need to do. And there's a lot of ways we can be faithful. You know, of course, spiritual disciplines, things like prayer and fasting, reading the word, going to church. Those things are just a give me for any kind of leader. So to have this faithfulness is important. And so when you're developing leaders, you have to first of all model it, and then you have to teach the importance of it. Because Paul even talked about, he told Timothy, he said, not a novice, lest being lifted up with pride, he fall into the condemnation of the devil. That word novice actually comes from the Greek word from which we get our English word neophyte, which means someone who's new at something. So what he's saying is if someone's not proven, if someone's not tried, if someone's not shown themselves to be faithful, don't promote them to any kind of position of leadership. Now, of course, that doesn't mean you wait till people are perfect, because that's the other extreme. You can say, well, you know, this person missed a service one time 3 months ago. I can't use them. We need to have some kind of balance to the point that we're observing the patterns. We're saying, okay, this person's faithful. This person's here at outreach. This person's here at, prayer meeting or whatever. And so when you see that kind of faithfulness and the Lord deals with you about, hey, this person would be a good fit in this position, then as you're developing these leaders, that's just one key thing you really want to make sure is present, and that's faithfulness.